but also so that people who are looking don't have a misconception of my relationship with eThekwini on the basis of what Honorable Kupega was saying. My only relationship with eThekwini as a municipality is that of a former employee. So Kupega was never in the executive. I wouldn't have qualified to sit on the other side. But thank you very much. And I'm going to, I have quite a lot of questions, Chair, but given the time limitations, I guess I would probably have to take on a few, and maybe some of the matters would obviously deal with them further when we go on oversight at some point during the year. But let me start with this one, which quite disturbed me a bit, from the fruitless and wasteful expenditure, which is number one in terms of slide 56, where there is a 31,857 rands that was spent on buying alcohol by officials of the municipality. And the sanction is that one official got 10 days suspension, 2 got a written warning. The other ones were found not guilty and others' cases were withdrawn. I just want to ascertain, as a matter of a quick response, if it was the view of the municipality that those sanctions were sufficient given the kind of misconduct that had taken place with the taxpayers' money. Let me just ask that quickly and then I'll move to other questions. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Hloko. Cwabe bengicela mfowethu ukuthi usilekelele la. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. Unfortunately, we cannot interfere with the chairperson's decision. Once the presiding officer has made his decision, we cannot interfere with that. But I must indicate that in this case, it involved different employees at different level. The employee where it was withdrawn, that person was not even part of the actual workshop where that alcohol was bought. And then he was charged because he was mentioned in the actual report. And then the chairperson listened to the case and came up with that conclusion. So while the others were junior employees, the case happened, and then the chairperson gave them one suspension, the other one written on it, just because of their involvement in the matter.
Thank you. Kabazel, at least you are the one who taught me the policies of the council. So you would know that the council has a right to take the matter on review if the presiding officer's decision is not satisfactory, because you wouldn't want to set precedents on a decision that, because I think the sanction is really, there should have been, these are dismissible offenses. 38,000 rands bought of alcohol bought by municipal officials. But let's not go further to that, but you can comment at some point, because I want to move on to the other questions. And I think that the municipality should have taken that decision on review and looked into the conduct of the presiding officer in arriving at such a very light sanction given the severity of the misconduct. But let me also maybe go to the Honorable Mayor and just check. There is an allegation, well, in light of what was said, maybe it will fit in the context, but we are informed of an affidavit by the former head of the last time I checked, it was CIIU. I don't know if it's still the same as CIID now. I don't know. But the investigation department relating to the refurbishments that happened at the house of the city manager in Kawas Hill. And it purported that there could have been a corrupt relationship of service providers financing that. It's an affidavit that allegedly it was brought before you at some point. I want to establish if you are aware of that, and also if you are, what steps have you taken to process that matter?
Brought before maybe mayor. Did they mention the mayor's club?
That is the understanding, that at some point it happened before you were there, but at some point it landed on your desk. If you say that you have never seen it, it's fine. We'll take note of that and we'll deal with it in future engagements and investigations. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe we can leave it at that for now. Thanks.
You have never seen it.
I have not had sight of it. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Thank you. I want to also still on yourself, Babu Klaba. I want to understand. It's a follow-up question on the issue of the sexual harassment allegations that were leveled against the city manager, and it's the process part that I'm concerned about, or that I want some clarity on. So there is an advocate who was then appointed, Advocate Smang. What was the process of appointing the advocate? I see the panel, which was supposed to give a brief to him to do the investigation, but how was he picked? What was the process of saying we want Advocate Smanga to do the investigation in a pool of endless, of many advocates existing?
Well, I had actually requested the head of legal to respond to that, because it was through an SCM process. As politicians, we stay outside of that environment, but he will explain the process. Okay, may I leave it to him? Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. The process of appointing advocates in the normal course of events, we do not go through any competitive process. We look for the best suited advocate with his skills in terms of the case that we are facing, and then we instruct our panel attorneys to brief that advocate. So there is no competitive process. In this instance, Advocate Setene was not appointed in his capacity as an advocate. He was appointed as the independent investigator, who could have been a person from any profession. But because of the skills and qualities that the mayor and myself discussed to identify the most suitable person for the matter, after he being authorized by the council to make the appointment, and bearing in mind that the mayor had to effect this appointment within 7 days of the resolution of council, in line with the disciplinary regulations for senior managers. We first, Mayor was of the view that it would be helpful if we could get someone from outside the city, so that it's a person who comes with a fresh mind, an objective, and who has no connections with whatever is happening within the city. Within the second criterion was that it should be someone who has got extensive experience in labor law. Now, Advocate Setene comes from Joburg, outside.
Thank you. I don't mean to interrupt you. I've received the response. I want to move on to the next questions. We'll come back with a follow-up.
The AS charge. Criterion.
Well, the issue is not whether he qualifies or not. We are not I'm not questioning whether he qualifies or not. I'm questioning the process of arriving at a decision that this must be the one. And I think you've answered that. So we'll maybe do a follow-up at some other time in terms of what principles actually guide that part. So let me move on to other questions. There is an issue, CM. The category 10 issue, and maybe for the benefit of the public, I think it's very important that we allow you the platform to at least clarify this matter, because the understanding is that your salary is in terms of category 10, the upper limits or the limits within category 10. However, the municipality remains on category 8, and as you would know, it's been a long struggle around employees fighting to move to category 10. I just want a brief response on on how does this come about, and why is the municipality still remaining on category 8 as opposed to category 10 when you as a city manager are earning at category 10? That's the quick question I would like to pose to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Hloko. Mr. Mkhize, Acting ED Corporate Services, can you please help with the response?
No, thank you. The city managers, we normally get they are regulated, their appointments. And then as part of their regulations, it allowed that they can be appointed on category 10. Only the section 56A and 54A managers. While the general staff is still part of the discussion at a national level, where the union as well as SALGA, they are still discussing in detail the issues of the categorization of municipalities, as well as the issue of the implementation of the salaries that are attached to those categories as well. That is still under discussion, is not concluded yet. We're hoping at some stage there would be finality in that matter, and as the city we have to look at that at that time.
Thank you. Maybe